At the opening whistle of their 2026 World Cup campaign, the South African national team immediately faced a familiar crisis. A 1-0 loss to Mexico triggered immediate domestic criticism, with the on-pitch friction of the match reflecting the mounting pressure on the squad. That pressure was grounded in a long history of early exits. Despite past qualifications in 1998, 2002, and 2010, South Africa had never once moved into the knockout rounds. Recent administrative setbacks during the qualifiers only deepened the public's pessimism, leaving many to believe the team's current run would end just like the others. By the time they reached their critical fixture against South Korea, the expectation was not a breakthrough, but the continuation of a decades-long international curse. The match against South Korea presented a high-stakes test of the team's resilience. Without a win, their tournament would effectively be over. Tupelo Maseko provided the answer, scoring a 1-0 goal that resulted from a disciplined execution of the team's new tactical plan. That single victory secured enough points to guarantee Bafana Bafana their first ever place in the World Cup knockout rounds. Now they prepare to face co-host Canada in the round of 32, a stage of the competition the national team has never navigated before. When the final whistle blew against South Korea, the team moved beyond a performance ceiling that had held for nearly 3 decades. The architect of this shift is head coach Hugo Broos, a manager who took over the team with a mandate to rebuild its aging core. Broos immediately went against public opinion by dropping established stars, choosing to ignore media pressure in favor of a younger, more mobile roster. His training sessions prioritized squad cohesion over individual brilliance. Broos bet a unified collective would be more effective than a handful of uncoordinated star players. This restructuring took years to implement. The coaching staff had to endure several seasons of criticism before the results of this long-term vision became apparent. Broos moved away from a celebrity-focused model, rebuilding the national team as a structured institution from the ground up. On the pitch, this new system relies on 2 specific mechanics. First, it requires a significantly higher baseline of physical intensity from every player on the field. Second, Broos enforced strict tactical discipline. They operate as a rigid, synchronized defensive block. This allowed the team to absorb South Korea's offensive pressure without breaking shape, creating the opening needed to secure the decisive 1-0 win. The breakthrough wasn't a matter of luck. It demonstrated how a disciplined organizational system can significantly increase the probability of success on the world stage. This success reaches far beyond the pitch. It impacts the entire South African sporting ecosystem, anchored by massive infrastructure like the FNB Stadium. Advancing into the knockout rounds places South Africa into a higher tier of global visibility, reaching millions of new potential consumers through primary broadcast slots. This provides national sponsors, broadcasters, and marketing agencies with greater leverage to negotiate international partnerships and advertising deals. The international spotlight also increases the valuation of local football talent, making it easier for domestic clubs to export players to higher-paying leagues abroad. For South Africa, this knockout stage run acts as a high-profile proof of concept for the country's commercial and sporting institutions. This achievement helps restore national confidence, which serves as a catalyst for new investments in youth development and sporting infrastructure. As they face Canada, the team is no longer just competing for a trophy. They are working to secure a larger market share in the global sports economy. The team's incredible journey directly challenges outdated global perceptions regarding South Africa's ability to execute consistently under pressure. The team's journey suggests that when leadership commits to a multi-year development plan, the results eventually show up in both the win column and the national balance sheet. Regardless of the final score against Canada, Bafana Bafana has already proven that South African sporting success is a measurable global business asset.